Alright, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Nasi. Come back at you in another video. Before anything, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, the Thamashnak, Balaskom, Shasharala. That's give double honors to the elders of Israel, which are the elders of Shemesh, religious as well. And Wa Shalom, Bablabakiyah, Shasharala, that's peace and blessing, elect of Israel. Alright, so I basically just want to do this quick little topic. I really ain't going to be too long on this. Just quick, fast, and to the point. And I'm going to tell you this video is, we're not here to be pleasers of men or be men pleasers, man, because we're not here to serve men, and if that's what you're in it for, you might need to reconstruct your thought process and think about what you're into, man. All right, because we will put here to do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, and not man. All right, so yeah, you're going to have people hate you, you're going to have people disagree and not like you for whatever reason, that it is, which we know how the scriptures say what for concerning the gospels, they are enemies for your sake, man. So I'm gonna just jump on into it. This is 1 Thessalonians 2, and I'm gonna get on into this verse. I'm gonna give verse 4. I'm gonna read verse 4. It says, "But as we were allowed," right? We were allowed of the Most High to be put in trust. So if you, it's like you trust somebody and you see this person as a faithful person, right? You see this person as somebody you can entrust with secrets or entrust with something dear unto you. You give it to him. So it was the same thing with Yahweh Shem Yahushua with his men, right? Lord, will not I give that number? It says, "But as we were allowed of the Most High to be put in trust with the gospel," right? We possess this. This is something that we hold, and it's something of a high value, right? We were entrusted with the gospel. So with you being entrusted with something so beautiful, what the scriptures say, for the Lord had the Lord had the light to shine out of darkness within our hearts. He entrusted these things with us. So we must take it and hold it with care, right? Because the scriptures tell you that there is gold in the multitude of rubies, but the lips of knowledge are a precious jewel. So if it's a precious jewel or anything that is precious, what do you do with something that's precious? You hold it with care, right? You make sure you're worthy of holding it, and you're possessing it and utilizing it for the right reasons, right? It says, "Put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak." Right? Because the scriptures say what? "I believe, therefore I spoke." So we believe the gospel and the things which was given unto us, so we speak, right? It's an action behind it, right? It says, "Not as pleasing men." You see the first thing they said, what? This gospel, right, is going to offend. Some things that you say, and some things that you say and the way that you conduct yourself according to the scriptures and according to wisdom, is going to offend some people that's in the world, and even people that's among you. So it says, "Not as pleasing men," right? "But the Most High," man, right? So this is what this is about: pleasing Yahweh Shem Yahushua, doing things to and that are basically that appears before the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's pleasing unto him, to all good works and well doing, right? It says, "Which trieth our hearts." The Lord tries your hearts, man, not men, right? We know who we know who we serve, right? It's the same thing like how the scriptures say what not all run the same, not all of us running the same race, because some running for basically the wrong reasons. Say run to obtain an incorruptible, some run to obtain a corruption or obtain a corruptible crown, right? And we know people and Jake do things in this world, right, to please people or to be seen by people, man. It's not about that, right? This is not a pissing contest or anything of that sort, right? It says, let me get this. This is Galatians 1 and verse 10. It says, For do I now persuade men, right, or the Most High? It says, or do I seek to please men? You see? So we're not here to please men and do what man want us to do, right? It says, for if I yet please man, I should not be a servant of Mashiach, right? You're not serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You're serving whoever it is that you're seeking approval of. When we're supposed to be seeking approval of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, what the scripture say, "Let every man work out his own salvation with fear and trembling," right? We're doing these things to the will and pleasing of the Lord, that we may obtain salvation, man, right? And you got a lot of cats that that likes that attention, or a lot of people, a lot of guys that want to be seen or to be the center of attention. There's a lot of people that enjoy basically having other people do things to want to please them, if that makes sense, but this is not what this is about. Matter of fact, let me jump over real quick. Let me get this. 5:26, I believe. This is Galatians 5 and verse 26 right here. It says, verse 25, if we live in the spirit, which we should be, right? It says, let us also walk in the spirit, right? Walking in the things which we were given, right? It says, let us not be desirous of vainglory. Like we say, it's a lot of people and a lot of men that desire to be seen, desire to be basically holding ourselves higher than they ought, or putting ourselves on a pedestal, right? Speaking of the things which they have done, man. And what the scriptures say, that's being of a powerful spirit, and the Lord hate that, right? The Lord said, well, let another man speak of your works, man, right? Don't boast in yourself, right? Because the Lord said, let every man take heed lest he fall. He too high. He high-minded, high as hell, man. It's a difference between taking pride in yourself and actually having pride, right? It says, let us not be desirous of vainglory, wanting to be seen all the damn time, right? It says, provoking one another, envying one another, man. And you have a lot of people of this sort. Rather, it's people in the world, and even so say brothers that are among you, right? Because the scriptures tell you that what let me get it. Let me get this. This is Hebrews 11 and verse 35, I believe is where it started. Let me see. Nah, not this one. Hold on, let me see. I think it is. Bastard seed in the land. Because it was basically going into everything that the prophets of old basically faced. Let me see. Sheep, goats. Perfected. No, not this. Come on, let me see. Maybe if I type it in up here. Let me see. What is this? Let me see. Maybe I know I'm not tripping. All right, here we go. Perils. Because perils basically goes into what like a danger. I think I spelled it right. Let me see. Let me see. Pearls. What is it? Damn. Salaki, I can't even really remember what that precept was. But it tells you that the prophets of old were in perils of, they was in perils of basically of many things. And then it said perils of the sea, and it was basically, let me see. Let me try this. C, let me try C. Not Job, not Matthew. Come on, let me see. Salaki, bear with me. I can't find it. I really can't find it. I'm gonna put it in if I find it after the video, I'll put it in. Because it tells you that the prophets are basically going to be in peril of basically false brethren. And I'm gonna just quote it. I can't really find it, but I'm gonna put it in here. But it says what basically being in what perils of false brethren, man. But nonetheless, let me get back to what I was going into. Basically what we read, Galatians 5:26. Basically, let me get it. Being of that high mind, man, right? Because the Lord tells you, because the Lord he gave an example. What he said, what him that can be as this child, because the disciples was actually trying to see who was basically going to be the greatest. Let me read this one more time. It says, let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another, right? And that's the last thing that we read. But like I was going into, the disciples was basically amongst each other trying to figure out who were going to be, the greatest, right? And the Lord took a babe or a child and put him next to him and basically spoke in parable form to them and told them, he that can be as of this child will be the greatest, right? Basically saying he that can humble himself down, right? Because a child is of a low stature, right? Because he said the least, him that is the least among you shall be the greatest, man. And a child is always continuing to learn. A child is always soaking things up, right? And with this desires of vainglory, it comes with someone holding ourselves up to what of such of a high magnitude, man, boasting and lifting ourselves up. And we know that the Lord doesn't basically dwell within a prideful man, right? So let me get this, since I couldn't find my other one. I'm trying to really think of that. Lord, when it come back to me. So this Romans 12, and I'm gonna read this verse 3. It says, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think. You see, having that pride of a high-minded person, right? The Lord doesn't dwell within that, man. All right, because that pride go up before destruction. It says, but to think soberly, right? Thinking sober, right? It says, according as the Most High had dealt to every man the measures of faith, man. So you got to be of a sober spirit, man, right? You got to be of humility and of a humble mind, man, right? Not letting, things get to your head, right? Let me get this. Philippians 2. That is. I know it's 2, and let me see. Let me scroll down. What we're gonna get Philippians 2. Probably I'm gonna start at verse 3, and this is what it becomes to be. It says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory. You see, we just said that the Lord doesn't dwell within the mindset of those who dwell in the mindset of these things, right? It's just a listing. But vainglory, man, those who's desiring that attention and wanting to be the center of attention, right? It says, but in lowliness of mind, being of a humble spirit, man, right? It says, let each esteem other better than himself. This is the mindset of a man of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, right? Not lifting up himself, I'm this, I'm that, not being in such of a rowdy spirit, right? Let me get this. This is Matthew 6:1. This is Matthew 6:1. Take heed that ye do not take heed that ye do not your alms before men to be seen of them. This is not what this is about. This is the whole point of the video. It's not about what Jake think is about, man. A lot of Jakes be having the wrong mentalities, man. The wrong purpose. What's your purpose, man? What's your reason? What's your reason behind of what you're doing, man? Right? It says, otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. There's going to be no reward laid up for you, man, because you're in it for the wrong reason, right? Like we say all the time, man, this thing is about edification and exhortation, man, right? And we're learning daily, man. Every day we're learning and increasing, man, but not to let these things, get to your head, right? Let me get this. This 2 Timothy, I believe like 3. Let me get this. 2 Timothy 3, and I'm going to read 1, and I'm going to go down to 4. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, right? So we know that we're in the last times, and perilous times are to come on the way when we see these things. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, right? Covetous, boasters, right? Proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful and unholy. This is all attributes to let us know, signs also that these things are going to come, but not just in the world, but among you that are labeled to be brethren, man. It says without natural affection. They're going to be doing things without natural affection. It's not your sole proprietor and your sole purpose is not according to love. You're not doing this in love anymore. That's what it means to do without natural affection, man. It's not natural, right? It says truce breakers, false accusers. These are all attributes and things that people have within their minds, man. It says incontent, fierce, right? Despisers of those that are good, man. That's a key factor, man. Right? You have this a lot, man. Despisers of those that are good, man. Looking down upon a person, man. Right? It says traitors, Heedy, it says high-minded. This is all things that the Lord hate. This is exactly why it's listed, right? It says lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High, man. And at least I say more, man. You know, and I ain't really even trying to, you know, spend too long on this, but I'm going to get this last verse. What that is, I'm looking for. Matter of fact, 2 Corinthians. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this. It's 2 Corinthians 4. And I'm going to read verse. I'm going to read verse 6. Matter of fact, 5. It says, for we preach not of ourselves. Here you get a lot of jakes. We preach not, we preach not of ourselves. We preach of Yahbashim Yahushua, because this is who it's about. He say, what, this book is written of me. Are we not reading out of this book? But Jake like to put themselves in that spotlight, man. Jake like to put themselves. What are you in it for? What are you doing it for? You have to have a reason behind every action. What is your reason of doing the works? You know, are you doing it just to shit on people and just to be high-minded, this and that? Or are you just doing it because are you doing it out of love and knowing that by you doing this, righteousness is going to be able to be established? Or are you doing this so that righteousness can be established in the rightful way? Are you doing it for the wrong reasons? What is your motive? What is your reason? This is not, it's not about you. This is what people don't understand. This shit is not about you, man. You have to take yourself out of the equation. And this is what the Lord was saying. He said, a sword shall pierce the thine own soul also, that the sons, what it say? Just rough paraphrasing, that the thoughts of many souls may be revealed, man. It's not about you. Look at Yahushua, man. What Yahushua did, man. How the fuck can you be proud in this time and lift up your motherfucking self, man? Look at our Lord, man. Look what he did. He put himself to the side. We all know Yahushua could have got up off that cross, man, and got off and basically got away. He didn't have to endure that humiliation, man. But according to prophecy, he had to go through it. But we know the power that he had and the things that he could have done, man. But he showed us and showed us the way to show us it's not about you. It's not, don't have that mindset. Right? But let's just, hey, fuck that. That's what Jake said in their minds. Hey, it's not, hey, fuck all that. You know, that holds no weight. Knowing that Yahushua had the most brutal death in history, man. Right? The things that Yahushua went through was held on a high magnitude, but Jake liked to uplift his motherfucking self. Like it's about him. You ready to shit on everybody. It's what this is about. It's not about that, man. And this shit is getting out of hand. This shit is irksome. When you hear the things that Jake say out his mouth, just hearing the thought process of a man, because the scriptures say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaking, man. You'll know a man by the things that he speak, the way that he talk, the way he carry himself, his mannerism, man. What are you about? You sit down and just think to yourself, man. What are you in this for, man? Are you in this just to say you gonna be able to be on top of every fucking body and you just ruling everything? Me. Or are you just doing this out of love to know that you doing this so that the kingdom can come and that righteousness could be established and you don't see your people in the streets doing the things that they ought not to be doing, man? You doing it out of love, knowing that you hate to see your women be heartless in the streets. What is your reasoning? And you think, and the Lord said he tried the heart. The Lord want to see what man that you are, because this is why the Lord said he don't look at the outer appearance and not what a motherfucker speaking out his mouth. He's trying to see what you about, man. What kind of man are you? How can you rule your spirit? Are you governing your spirit now? What kind of mind are you in? What is your mindset on? Right? What is your mindset on? We are here to see how not to rule and what not to do. The Lord is really trying the hearts of these men. But guess what? While he's trying the hearts, the closer and closer we get to the end, he's going to start exposing motherfuckers, man. Right? And I'm going to just go ahead and finish this. This is 2 Corinthians 4 and verse, where I was, man. Let me see. I'm going to start at right here. I'm going to read 5 where I was. It says, for we preach not of ourselves, but of Mashiach Yahushai, the Lord, and ourselves your servants, for Yahushua's sake. For the Most High, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, has shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of the Most High in the face of Yahushua Mashiach. This is what it's about. This is what we received this gospel for. This is what we were entrusted with it for, man. And we was entrusted with this to edify and basically shoot for things that are to come. We wasn't given this to boast. We wasn't given this to hold ourselves just in so high regard, like we just the shit, man. Man, you ain't shit, man. It says, but we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of the Most High and not of us. It's not about you, man. It says, we are in trouble on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed and not in despair, persecuted but not forsaken, cast down but not destroyed. We are cast down, persecuted, and all these things. How the fuck you got the time to be proud? Always bearing about in the body. This is what it's about, man. Love in Yahbashim Yahushua, man, in the flock, man. The dying of the Lord Yahushua, that the life also of Yahushua may be made manifest in our bodies. We are living examples of Yahushua, man. Are you living up to that? You ask yourself that, man. That's a question that you need to ask your motherfucking self. Let me get this, man. Where I was. It says, always burning about in the body, dying of the Lord Yahushua, that the life also of Yahushua might be made manifest in our bodies. The things that we're doing, the things that we're putting on what the scriptures say, as a living sacrifice, man. Right? You're not going to put yourself on as a living sacrifice naturally and out of affection and love if you're boasters of yourself and high-minded. Yahushua, even himself, humbled himself down, man, to endure the shit that he endured. So how much you? Manifest in our body, for we which live are always delivered unto death for Yahushua's sake, that the life also of Yahushua might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. So then death worketh in us, but life in you. Is not about you, man. What are you doing it for, man? And I just hope this is edifying, and I'm gonna end it off with that, man. What is your reasoning? What's your purpose behind what are you doing, man? Lord, when this was edifying, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, Natham Mashanaka Balas Kom Shasharala, and Wa Shalom, Wablabaki Yal Shasharala. Till next time, Shalom.